A wonderful morning to you all. You're welcome once again to another session of our STEM series. My name is Princess Emuna Indom, and I am the coordinator for American Kana at MOBA at Mobile Web Ghana. American Spaces provides access to current and reliable information about the United States through its book collections, internet access, events, and activities for everyone. In our digital world today, it's very important to stay abreast of technology as well as learn some digital skills. Today, we are discussing the topic, how to develop a mobile app without coding. Our facilitator is Maxwell Adu, who is an experienced tech entrepreneur, educator, and innovator. He is also an associate consultant with a demonstrated history of working in the non-profit organization management industry. He has skills in relations, project design, and project coordination. He is a career accelerator at Global Startup Ecosystem, founder and CEO of QZA.com. Maxwell has won multiple awards, including the Young Digital Innovator Award, African Union Award, African Caribbean Business Council Innovation Award, and he has also received global recognition from the World Economic Forum and Tech Museum of Innovation. He has also trained over 5,000 youth in entrepreneurship and leadership skills and created mobile classrooms in over 10 countries used by thousands of people since its launch in 2010. Maxwell is going to facilitate this discussion as I stated early on. So please, during the discussion, please type all your comments or questions in the comments box below and they will be addressed. Thank you for staying with us this morning. And now I'll turn this over to Maxwell. Hello, Maxwell.
Hello, Princess. Thank you so much for the introduction. First of all, I want to thank the U.S. Embassy in Ghana and the American Corner and the Mobile Web Ghana for such a great opportunity to be with you guys, to share knowledge and to learn from one another and to build something. So today is about building something. And regardless of what stage you are, wherever you are, if you have an idea, today might be the best day that you need to join this conversation of what it means for me to build something. So what I want you to take away from this session is, how can I build something that people want, not just what they need? That is number one. The second thing is, what is running through your mind? How can I even build something when I don't have money, when I don't have a technical skill? So you are also in the right place. The second thing, you don't need to have a technical skill or a lot of money to build something or to develop a solution that you think is relevant or can solve a specific problem in your community. Or you are a student or a young professional, you're thinking of, how can I, go into a startup? I want to do something. So you're also in the right place of, running a startup with virtually no money. And this platform is going to help you to build your minimal viable product. So without wasting much time, I'm going to share my screen. And before I go into my screen or to share my presentation, this is going to be a very interactive session. I'm not going to be the only one doing the talking. I will be asking questions. I will pause from time to time to make sure we're all on the same page so that you have something tangible to take away from today's presentation. Please, before I start with my presentation, I wanted to ask the audience, if you are listening to us, drop your response in the chat. What are you building right now? Are you guys building something, or you're planning to, to start a startup or to build something? There's a problem in your community and you're like, how can I use technology to address this problem? If you are thinking of building something or you are already building something, please drop your response in the chat. Tell us what you're building. It could be mobile app, it could be a website, it could be anything. It could be anything at all. just let us know what you're building right now. Please drop in the chat, what are you building right now? So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to read your feedback on what are you building right now? Or what, is there something you're building that you think is going to have a positive impact in your community? And you want to share with us? You have started, you haven't started, you have a challenge. What are you building right now? Please share it in the chat. So I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to share your feedback on what you're building right now. Please let us know, what are you building right now? 1 minute. Is there anyone among the audience that is building something right now? Or that want to start to build something? Or you're thinking about building something? Somebody is building a website. Justice is building a website. Great. Thank you, Justice, for letting us know what you're building. Anybody else? What are you building right now? You have 50 seconds. What are you building right now? Justice is building a website. What are you building right now? 30 seconds, guys. What are you building? It could be anything, just share it. This is an interactive session where you have the opportunity to share your thoughts, ask any question that you think that comes to your mind, any question at all. What are you building?
Hello, Maxwell. Please, could you extend your screen?
Okay. To make it bigger?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's your presentation screen, sorry.
Okay.
Hello, Maxwell. If you're having challenges, you could just go on.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can you all see my screen very well? Is it too small?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, someone is connecting patients to hospital. Sorry, I'm not able to enlarge my screen for whatever reason. So we have 10 seconds. Okay. We have 10 seconds. Someone is building patients to hospital, how to connect patients to hospital. So 5 seconds. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay, we have Ray, and it's been an app on signing out of workplace or events with QR code. That's really nice, Ray. So as you can see, there are people building different things, coming up with different solutions that can have a positive impact on the society. So which tell us that having a skill that doesn't necessarily mean you have to write a code, because it's not everyone that can write a code, is very essential. And that is why I'm going to introduce you to a platform that will enable you not to necessarily write a code from the beginning if you are going to build anything. I mean, from the scratch. You don't need to write no code, and you do not need to have a technical background to actually build something that you want. So thank you guys for sharing with us what you're building, from connecting patient to hospital app to or signing up a workplace or event with a QR code, and also building a website. So today's agenda, please, if you can see my screen, let me know. Can you see my screen properly? So this is the agenda for today. I'm going to take you guys into the beginners of how to use Bubble to build a platform, anything on your own, without necessarily writing a code. So we're going to go into how to configure your app, how to build your workflow, how to create an account, homepage, how to create a contact and display and send messages. Don't forget that we're using WhatsApp as our MVP. So which means that we are building a communication app. So because we're using WhatsApp doesn't mean that everything I'm going to show you is the same way you're going to build your app. No, it's just to give you an idea or some sort of a template of what you can build on your own. So WhatsApp is just like our MVP, like a template, like an idea. You can do anything with the tool if you are going to build anything on your own on Bubble. And the reason why I'm using WhatsApp is because WhatsApp is widely used by over 2 billion people. So it's something a lot of us use on a daily basis. And it's a communication app. So everything I'm going to take you through is how you have been using the WhatsApp, how to create a new contact, how to add a new contact, how to send voice message, how to virtually do everything that you do on a daily basis with your WhatsApp. So this is our agenda, and I'm going to take you directly to how to build WhatsApp with Bubble. So let me take you to the Bubble page. This is the Bubble page. Please, if you can't see my screen, let us know. I wanted us to be on the same page and to make sure you get something out of this session. So this is the Bubble page. You go to bubble.com. Let me take it from the beginning. Bubble.com. Don't forget that this platform is free. You don't have to pay anything to build anything from the beginning. So for those of us who are thinking, oh, do I need to have money to start to build anything of my own? I need to have a technical background. I need to have this. I need to have that. You don't need to have that. You just need to have the will and be committed to what you want to build. So this is bubble.com. I told you we're going to use Bubble. The reason why I chose Bubble is because it's added a lot of features. Bubble has features that can take you from the beginner stage up to any stage if you are building a no-code platform on your own. And also it has a 24-hour support that will enable you to communicate with Bubble if you are lost. But that's a lot of videos, a lot of tutorials that will help you build anything on your own, from a marketplace to a writing hub to anything. So that's the reason why I chose Bubble as the tool that I'm going to introduce you to. So this is bubble.com. If you're new to Bubble, you can click on Get Started. Or if you have a Bubble account, you click on Login. Then I'm logging in now to my account. So this is my account on Bubble, and I go to the menu. So on this menu, you can see my apps. So which means you already have an app created. The plugins, which is if you want to connect your app with maybe the CRM, customer relation management, or your Facebook or your Instagram account, where when someone sends you a message, you can actually read those messages through your app or through your platform. So that is what the plugins does. Then from the plugins, you have a template. Assuming you have nothing on your own you want to build, or you don't know how to create anything, the template helps you to—
Hello, Maxwell. Please, can you switch? Hello, Maxwell.
Yes.
Yeah, please, can you switch your screens to what you are talking about currently? The Bubble account. We want to see that. Yeah.
Oh, so you are not seeing the Bubble account?
No, please. It's showing the third slide of the presentation.
Oh, yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you guys are looking at it, sorry. So, okay. Please, if you're not seeing what I'm saying, please just let me know immediately, please. So you can see the screen right now, the Bubble that I'm talking about. So let me go over again. This is my app. So if you have an app already on Bubble, you click on my app, then you can come to my app. So which is new app. So with the new app, you want to new app. So you want to create your new app. You want to name the app. Let's say we name it, create a new app. Name of this app, we name it WhatsApp. WhatsApp Ghana, for example. So if you say WhatsApp Ghana, if the name is taken, Bubble will tell you, oops, the name is already taken, you can choose another name. So this is not taken now. So what kind of app are you building? Building blocks, CRM, dashboard, right? Release game, landing page, marketplace, anything you're building. Let's say I'm building an online store. Is it a customer or internet? So the customer will probably be using this app, or you are building it for an employee. Maybe you have a staff already, you wanted to build something like a CRM, or you want to build it for customer facing where public or people will be using this app. So you can indicate that then details about your app is functional selling, just an example. What's your goal of building the app? Build a tool for myself. I want to start a business. I want to test out an idea. I have a business idea, just like the guys that said, oh, I'm trying to build this. It's an idea, and you want to test it out. I want to boost my company efficiency. If you have a company already, you want to build an app for a client, you're just playing around. Let's say we're just playing around. Create a new app. So now it's loading the tools. Please, if you don't see my screen, please let me know. So now this is the tool. Let's get started. Next step. Next step. And next step. Got it. So as I told you guys, you can start with a blank page on your own. You can use the Bubble template to build anything on your own. And this, where we are, is called test mode. So test mode is where it allows you to build your own app before you go to the live mode, where you can publish your app and you can share your link with friends and family to test it out. And also, when you are on the test mode, it gives you an opportunity to see all the tools that you're going to use to start building your Fox app. As you can see on my left-hand side here. So I'm not going to go deep into this because of our time. This is an introductory course for you to know that, hey, I can build something on my own. I don't need to have money, and I don't need to have a lot of technical background on how to write a code. And most importantly, that I can build something that people really want, not just what they need. So I have a problem in my community, and I think I can use technology to solve it. I have a problem in my school if I'm a student, and I can design a very simple platform or an app that could actually solve some of those problems. So this is a beginner's class, as I said. So going at your time, you create your free account and log in as I have take you guys through how to get started with Bubble. Please, now I want to pause a little bit and ask if you have any question on what I've said so far. If there's anything you don't understand, I'll give you 1 minute to ask any question. Don't forget, I told you guys this is going to be very interactive, where we can all have opportunity to ask questions and make sure we're all on the same page. Because if you have any question, 1 minute.
Yeah, currently there are no questions. There's one concern from Erica, who says that please can today's meeting be recorded so we can practice after today's session. I am new here. Hi, Erica, you're welcome. So this session is going to still be on the YouTube page of the US Embassy Ghana, so you can go back and play. As I think, Maxwell, you could continue. When there are questions, I would let you.
All right, thank you, Princess. So let's dig deeper. So I told you I already introduced the tool we're going to use is Bubble without code. I already took you guys through that. And also, I wanted to take you guys through the digital snapshot of what we should expect in the years to come. This is the 2020 latest digital snapshot, and this is about the billion of people on the internet, the users. So it looks like the world, half of the world or more than half of the world are already connected to the internet. So you could see the number at 3.7 billion people are already connected to the internet. And the social media user on the mobile phone is 2.4, which is almost going to the half of the world. This is 2020. I mean, that could give you an idea of what are the digital snapshot that we have now. This is the unique mobile users. So we have 4.9 billion people currently using mobile phone. So if you're building something like a mobile app right now, it tells you it's not going to reduce, it's going to increase. So definitely, whatever you're thinking has a chance. It really has a chance. This is just to give you an idea of what the digital snapshot is. Then this is 2021 digital snapshot. So we have Google users, which is about 1.3 billion people. The blog posts each day, 1.2 billion posts. The tweet sent today, and video view on YouTube, Facebook active user is 2.2 billion users. We have the Google active users also, and the Twitter account. This is the global digital snapshot. You can go on this website on my screen, and you can give you an idea of what is happening today, as in 2022 today, on the digital snapshot. So I'm just trying to let you understand, whatever idea you have, you're already late. Maybe you should have started yesterday. So if you're building something, you're on the right path. So I already took you guys through how to log in on Bubble, and how to create your own account, and how to configure your own app. So the next step is how to create your own message on WhatsApp. Don't forget we're using WhatsApp as a MVP. And because WhatsApp is a communication tool, it has a lot of name, messages, users, create a new feed. So as you can see on the screen, you have to create a new feed. So the WhatsApp is about you are entering a data into the bubble. That your data is your feed, which is the text. I want this user to be able to send a text to this user. So you are configuring the text interface through the Bubble platform. Then now from the text, the interface, you are building your workflow. Workflow is how you want people to sign up on your app. So there's something I want you to remember. Whatever text you enter into the bubble is what comes out as your workflow. For example, you can see it here, sign up for my app. You have your own WhatsApp app. You are building your WhatsApp app right now, and it said sign up. So you enter sign up for my app, create Ghana WhatsApp, and you input your workflow. You're building a workflow of how the app should look like via Bubble. So it's pretty easy. It's not like you're writing a code now, as I said. The text you enter into Bubble is what Bubble will save and send it back to you. And that is what we show to your users. So within your workflow, you have an editor where it allows you to edit, to create your name, to create contact number. And also when you're using WhatsApp, you can upload your photos, you create an email or your password. So all those data is what you're entering into Bubble that will give you back what your user will call, I'm creating my WhatsApp account, the content name, the email, and the password, and I can upload photo on my WhatsApp. Then from there, you go to where a user can sign up for an account, where they have the opportunity to enter, to see the date. The data entry, when you send a WhatsApp message to someone, you can actually see the date that message was sent, the hour, and if the person has read it. So this slide helps you to input all those functionalities into the app that you're building. Don't forget you are building your own WhatsApp, but you are using the existing features on the WhatsApp that you have on your mobile phone right now. So if you have your mobile phone with you, I want you to go along with what I'm telling you. So what I'm telling you is the same thing you have on your mobile phone, but you are building your own WhatsApp. Now you're building your own page. This is the cell that allows you to build that home page, where you have different users. Different users is where you have group. You know, on your WhatsApp, you can create a group for any number of groups, and people can join that group, and they can see chat and messages. This is the flows that allow you to create a cell and chat users, and multiple users via WhatsApp. This is also where you can create a current chat. A current chat is an individual chat on the WhatsApp where you can chat with one person. The previous chat is to create a multiple user where you can chat. And finally is a feature where you have the home page, you know, where you can direct users to sign up with your app. So for example, if you go to Play Store or App Store, you download a WhatsApp. WhatsApp will tell somebody else to download this app. How do you, not rating, but it will ask somebody to download this app. So the more people you ask, the more people will know about your platform. This is where you create that features that allow multiple people to share your page with others in order for them to also test out what you're trying to build. So you can see current, cell, chat in almost all the slides. The reason is because WhatsApp is a communication tool. So it deals with a lot of chat. So once you are entering your workflow, there has to be a lot of chat that you create. So when you look at the back end of the WhatsApp that you use, everything is about chat, call, video, chat, call, video, because it's a communication tool where people communicate cross-border. As long as you have an internet, you can have the WhatsApp and you can communicate. So the back end of what they put in the WhatsApp has to do a lot with that current cell chat users. You create different users into the workflow, which enable them to communicate individually or as a group. So this is where you enter all of those things. Bubble will give you something like this, an editor where you enter all the details of what you want to see in the front end when you are at the test mode, which is the time that you are building your app. It's not live now. You are just entering the text. This is where you can also, your user can create a new account, where, you know, just the way you download your WhatsApp and you're creating an account. It asks for your mobile phones, it does a verification, send you a code to show you your mobile phone is working. Then the person can use your platform. It's the same thing you do on your WhatsApp. It's the same thing that I'm showing you right here, creating a new account. So this is also about creating a new account through a contact number. Let me illustrate a little bit about these functionalities. When you save a phone number on your WhatsApp, it's a contact number. You can go to the WhatsApp and type that phone number in a WhatsApp. It brings it up to show that that person is already on WhatsApp. If the person is not on WhatsApp, it's not going to bring it out. So this is where you create that workflow, where you input where someone can create a new contact on their phone, then go to WhatsApp and bring it up to show that that person is already on WhatsApp. And you can now start to communicate with that person. So this is where you have a search box where, you know, sometimes you go into the WhatsApp, you search someone, type in a phone number, and it brings up the same exact phone number you are trying to search. So this is the features where you input the workflow into your backend, which is your test mode, where your user can enter a name and they can search a current user's contacts through the WhatsApp. So you enter a name on WhatsApp, it brings it up. That shows that person is on WhatsApp, or if they are not also. So this is the functionality that helps you to search user or contacts through the WhatsApp. So this is where you added a new contact features on your WhatsApp within the workflow when you are creating something new on your WhatsApp. I'm going to pause a little bit again if there's any question. Princess?
Hey, hi, Maxwell. So there are some questions
Great.
coming in from our participants. So the first question from Ray Cote, he's asking, is the bubble all done online or is there an offline app we can use?
So thank you, Ray. So it's online. There's no offline because you're using their templates. You are using their platform to build your app. So it's online. It's not offline.
Thanks for the answer. Yeah, Ray, I hope your question has been answered. Another question from Samuel Boache, he's asking, is Bubble only used for developing mobile apps?
Good question. So it's not for developing mobile app, it's also for websites. So let me just clarify a little bit on that question. So when you have, we have a web app. It's a mobile app, but it's a web. You can use it on your phone, which means you can use it on your phone. And you have a website, which is not compatible with a mobile, but on the web. So Bubble gives you opportunity to do both the website and also a mobile app that is compatible with a mobile phone. So it can do both, if I answer your question.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Samuel, I hope your question has been answered. And so an interesting question from Linda. She's asking, do you need to do a sketch of the app you want to build before you start working in Bubble?
Great question. So when you are writing a code, that's when you do that. We call it a wireframe. So you do a sketch of a wireframe of how you want your app to look like, what features, what functionalities you want it to add. That is when it's more useful when you are writing a code. So in a no-code platform, you don't need to do a sketch of what you are. You can sketch somewhere, maybe on your computer, or you write on a paper. Then whatever you write down, then you now input it into the Bubble platform. So Bubble doesn't give you the opportunity to do a wireframe or to sketch, but you can sketch it somewhere, then input it into the Bubble to build whatever you want to build.
Okay. Thanks for the answer. And Linda's asking another question. How do you migrate the app from the Bubble platform to Google Play Store or Apple Store?
Great question. So once you are done with your app, you have two options. You can go live on Bubble, where you share your link with friends or families to give you feedback. Don't forget, feedback is very, very key. You cannot build whatever you want to build at once. It's not possible. The best tech companies in the world are still building. So just don't try to finish whatever you want to build in one day. So the key is to get it out there, which is your minimum viable product, so that people can give you feedback. So the two options you have is share your link on Bubble before you go to Play Store.
Okay.
When you get the feedback, you input the feedback, you make changes, then you can now go to Play Store. So your app can be downloaded on Play Store or Apple Store. But share your link on Bubble first. Don't go to Play Store or Apple Store and people start to download and start to share feedback. From Bubble, you can start to get a feedback.
Thank you for the answer. And I hope, Linda, your questions have been satisfactorily answered. And so for now, there are no questions again, but that's coming in from Collins. Can we get the presentation file after the session? Yes, Collins, it's going to be available here on the YouTube page. And so you can still get back to it and watch at any time. Yeah. And so I think, Maxwell, you could continue now.
Okay, thank you, Princess. So guys, I really love the fact that the questions, I appreciate them. It shows you're following, and those questions are very, very key to what we have been talking about. So thank you for the questions. Keep them coming. If you have more questions, don't hesitate. You can ask anything. Our focus and our priority is to make sure you get something out of this. And after this session, you can start to build anything on your own, because there are a lot of problems out there that you just don't know where the next Uber is coming from if you don't hold back. So go for it. Thank you. So this is where we have the chat portal, creating a new chat. So I keep saying something. Once you are in it, this is a communication tool. There will be a lot about chat portal, cell user, chat users, chat, new portal, new page. So it's because it's a communication tool. That is why you see a lot of chat portal, create a new chat, create a new chat. If you're building a CRM, which is not a WhatsApp, customer relation management platform, or Eric, who is building how to connect a patient with an hospital, is going to be different. But what you have is the tool to do anything. So because we are seeing a lot of chat, new user, new contacts, because this is a platform where people communicate cross-border. So it's not just, you are not confined with one country, it's global. You can talk to anyone via this WhatsApp. So that's why you're seeing chat, create a new chat.
Hello, Maxwell. I'm sorry to cut in. So please, could you go to slideshow and click on play current slide to enable a full screen share?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, slideshow, okay. So, is that okay now?
Yes, please, it is.
Okay, thank you. So I was talking about, why we're seeing a lot of chat, create a new chat, create a new portal, is because we're working on a communication tool like WhatsApp. So there will be a lot of current cell message. And what that means is, don't forget that you are talking to multiple people. A lot of people have like 1,000 contacts on their WhatsApp, and they talk to them simultaneously at the same time.
Hello, Maxwell. A quick second, please. Could you lower the screen? Your head is only showing. Yeah.
Okay. Is it okay right now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you. So that is why we're seeing a lot of repeating group messages. You see, as you can see on my screen, on the bottom right corner, repeating group messages, appearances, and all of that. It's because it's a communication tool. And when you communicate with thousands of people simultaneously, you have to have all of these things at your back end, where it allows your users to chat with thousands of people at the same time, send a voice note, and the rest. So, okay, sorry. So I'm going to move to the next, which is okay, I think we're not yet here. So this is the last slide I spoke about. Then I'm going to go to the next slide, which is how your app will appear. So this is a tool that allowed you to create or add additional steps into the current page that you already worked on. You can see here it said start this workflow by creating a new thing or a message. What that means is, if you're using a WhatsApp, you have an opportunity to create multiple messages at the same time. Maybe you are chatting with this person, you click on the message button, it sends. You can go also again and talk to someone else, you send a message. You can click again and talk to someone else, it sends the message. It keeps going like that. So this is the workflow that allows you to input all those features, where you can have a lot of multiple messages, creating a new field. So at the back end, it's called a field. So you could see another field. There is no limit to the field that you had when it comes to communication, then when you're building a communication tool. So it allows you to have multiple messages on the back end. So when your user come to use a platform, that gives them the opportunity to do a lot, create appearances and the rest. So this is where you could see here is a primary button line, button send. And when you create your message, you click on send. So this tool is what allows you to input the send button at the back end. So when your users are using the app, they have an opportunity to click on send, and the message is sent to their users. So there's an additional features, which is your minimum viable product. So we call it MVP. So let me explain a little bit what, for those of us who doesn't know what is minimum viable product. So someone has an idea. You have an idea to build an app that connects an hospital with a patient. That's your idea. When you come to Bubble and you put that idea into Bubble, you start to build it. When you are done, it's called an MVP, which is a minimum viable product. That MVP is what you share with friends and families to test your app before you go live. Don't go live yet, because it's an idea. You need people to give you feedback. You need people to tell you, oh, this app sucks. If they say that, don't get angry. It's just how they feel. You will hear a lot of that. Based on my experience, when we first built our platform, nobody even used it. They say, oh, it's too difficult. But don't get angry. Those are honest feedback from people. And you must consider all those feedback if you are going to grow, because they are very essential. So with the MVP, it allows you to get a lot of feedback. It could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be your colleagues, it could be it could be anyone. Just share it with as much, with a lot of people as much as you can on social media. Hey, I'm building this app that connect an hospital with a patient. Could you please try it out and let me know what you think? Please, I really, really appreciate your feedback. It's going to help me to grow and do much better. So sharing an MVP is very important. A lot of startups, what they have is called an MVP, the minimum viable product. So they're not trying to build something very big, but the MVP allows them to have a feedback. So whatever feedback you get from your MVP, you go back to Bubble, you work on it. And then, like I said, if you are lost, there's a lot of videos that you can watch that will help you to get back what you're building. So this is the last slide on the introduction to the Bubble and the rest. And now your app is ready to be launched. So once you are done with your MVP, you get a feedback from people, and you go back, you work on the feedback, you make changes. You have a couple of options. You can actually launch it on Bubble platform, which is free. If you want to buy your own domain, or you want your app to show up at the Google Play or Apple Store, that might cost you maybe a minimum of $25. That is when you are now ready to go live. And maybe you're going to ask people to pay, or you have to charge something. That is totally up to you. But when it's on Bubble, it's free. But if you are going to go live, it might cost you at minimum of $25, which I think is within reach of a lot of us who are trying to build something. For the privacy and the security, whatever you build on the Bubble is totally yours. There is no question asked about that. It's totally yours. You can migrate it. You can do whatever you want with it. It doesn't belong to Bubble. I know people might be asking. So when I build these things, what happens to what I do? Does Bubble owns it or not? They do not own anything. So when you're signing up as part of the privacy policy, now all of those things that you agree to, that whatever you build is yours, it doesn't belong to Bubble. Bubble only enables you to do so. So before I go to the next slide, 1 minute if you have a question on what I've said so far. If you're confused, there's something you don't understand, please ask.
Thank you, Maxwell. And so I'm moving on to YouTube for our questions. And this is coming in from Samuel Boache. He's asking, I also want to know if Bubble is free or it comes at a cost when you want to use their templates and other features.
So Bubble is free. The template is free. You don't pay anything to use it. That is one of the reasons why I love Bubble, because a lot of platforms you have to pay. And a lot of us that are starting from the beginning, we don't have that resources to start to pay. So it's free. You don't pay for template.
Samuel, I hope your question has been answered. And this is coming in from Eric Akwe, and he's asking, how is data security ensured?
So as I just mentioned earlier about the privacy and security, whatever you create on Bubble belongs to you. Your data is secure, and there's no, I mean, Bubble has been around for more than 10 years, and thousands and millions of companies are using it to build not just a startup, to build products that are used by millions and millions of dollars in revenue. So your data belongs to you. There is no question asked.
And the last question from Linda, she's asking, is it possible to integrate APIs in your app while building it in Bubble?
Perfect, good question, Linda. Yes, you can integrate an API. I show you when I log into the Bubble, the plugin where you can integrate an API into it. So the answer is yes.
Thank you for the answer. And so I also want to know, are there time periods where you need to update the app? So let's say after a year or two, you need to update it, or you could just use it through and through?
It's totally up to you when you want to update it. And I don't think you should wait for 1 year to update your app. That is why I mentioned the feedback. So always be very critical or particular about feedback. So feedback is what help you update it time to time. A lot of us are using different platforms. There are a lot of times they will tell you we have a new update. If you notice, those are the new features they are trying to add, new changes they are trying to make. So don't wait for 1 year. Make sure it's based on users' feedback, or your friends, or family's feedback, people that you know. So don't go back and update based on what you think. So if you remember in the beginning, I said build what people want. So there's a difference between what they need and what they want. So make sure it's based on their feedback. Then you go back and update.
Thank you for the answer. And so these are the questions. And for now, you could just go ahead.
Okay, so that is all about using Bubble to build anything you want. We just use WhatsApp as a minimum viable product. You can build anything via Bubble, as I've showed you guys. So I'm going to move to the next slide. So I'm trying to show you this create the combined tools to help you understand what is it that I want to build. How can I start? What is the present? What does the world looks like? So you can imagine that there's this population pyramids currently now allows you to predict the population of Ghana in the next 5 years. So once you get a slide, you can actually go to this website right now. Thinking as I'm talking, sorry. Then click on Ghana, click on any country that you wanted to know the population in the next couple of years, and it will bring it out. And you could compare to what data of that country, their present population. This is what tells you what technology will look like in a couple of years. So I'm back to Ghana with this Motec mobile app that allows the pregnant women to deliver safely. So this is not technology that uses a smartphone. This is just USSR code. Is the pregnant women, a lot of them in the communities don't have a smartphone because they need internet. This is just a code where someone built a platform where if you're sick, you're pregnant, and you wanted to do your antenatal care via the mobile phone, you can communicate with the midwifery or the hospital, and they can tell you what is going on, what stage you are, up to the point of delivery. So you can start thinking about all of these tools So whatever you're building, make sure it solves a problem in your community, your school, wherever you come from. That is the key thing. So build something that people want, build something that will have a positive impact in our society, because we have a lot of problems, and we are the next people that will develop the solution. So this is a great tool that will enable women and the marginalized communities to have a safe delivery without going to an hospital. So this is an app that helps you monitor your glucose level. So you can just, have this app and you can monitor your glucose level right on your phone. So I'm sharing this to broaden your horizon on what can I build. So don't build something based on what you think. Build something that is based on solving a problem in your community. That will have a lasting impact. Rather than, oh, I feel like building an app. I feel like, go out there and look at the problems and build something based on those problems that you can see on a daily basis. So this is a mobile that helps you to detect malaria without going to an hospital. So this is going to save life. So this is why I'm sharing all of this with you, to build something that really, really have an impact on the society, not just based on what you think or what you feel. So this is a cataract. My favorite is this cataract detection. We have a lot of people who have a cataract and they do not know. And once it grows, it's actually going to lead to total blindness. So this mobile app enables you to detect cataract from the early stage, so you can treat it as soon as possible. This is very, very good. So start thinking. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of problems out there, and those problems will never go away. So it shows you that you have a chance wherever you're building. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. And I will take your question right now.
Thank you very much, Maxwell. What a nice way to end this discussion. I like the fact that you're encouraging all of us to be able to come up with solutions using technology. And I trust that for those of us who have joined today's discussion, you are going to really think deep on how you can bring about a solution to a problem in either your community or to another group of people. And so there's one question from Collins, and he's asking, how secure are the apps built on Bubble?
Thank you, Colin, for that question. So, as I've mentioned from the beginning, is what you build is yours. So when you're creating your account, there'll be agree that whatever you build is yours. Bubble has no control. It's extremely secure. Bubble has been around for going to 10 years, as I've said earlier. And there are companies using Bubble that have revenue of millions of dollars. So it's extremely secure. And there are a lot of tools. So I've been working on Bubble for 4 or 5 years right now. There's a lot of tools out there that I can share with you guys, but I chose Bubble because of the credibility, because of what they offer, and because it's free, because I know I started as a startup, and I know raising the resources to do something from the beginning for students, even for young professionals in this part of the world or even everywhere, it's difficult. So because it's free and you can test out your skills without paying, what it costs you is just data. That is why I chose Bubble. So it's free and it's secure.
Thank you very much, Maxwell. This has been a very enlightening discussion, and I strongly believe that our viewers have also gathered enough information from today's discussion, and they are also going to go back and watch this video to be able to learn more about this. And so before we end this discussion, if you could just give us your final words.
So what I want to say is, someone said, the reasonable man trying to adapt to the world. When you're reasonable, you adapt to the world. But the unreasonable man trying to adapt the world to himself. So therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. So if you look at people who have built tools that solve the challenges the world gives us problem, they are unreasonable people. So if you're being reasonable with your ideas you may not go far because everything around you will tell you is not going to work. Or you're wasting your time. That's when you're being reasonable and you're trying to adapt to the world around you. But don't be unreasonable. so that you can adapt the world to yourself. Don't adapt to the world, adapt the world to yourself, which means go for it. Forget about the limitations, forget about what you don't have, forget about anything that could limit you, just go for it. Be unreasonable. Then you realize that you can solve. You are one of the heroes that can solve one of the problems that we're facing in this world. So be unreasonable and don't limit yourself. Just go for it. Just go for it. You'll be amazed where the next Uber, the next Facebook might be from you.
Thank you very much, Master, for these encouraging words. And so before we end today's program, I would want to tell you about an amazing online resource that you would find very helpful. And this is the eLibrary USA. The eLibrary USA is a state-of-the-art digital library with 9 premier electronic databases that includes digital newspapers, magazines, journals, videos, and dissertations. Usually, this resource is only available to use in person at our American spaces. But with the global pandemic, we are opening up access to this amazing resource. So if you are interested, you should sign up using the link that is being shared in the comment section below for a free access to this platform. And so this program was brought to you by the U.S. Embassy Ghana, American Kana Agboba, in partnership with Mobile Web Ghana. This concludes our program for today. Please continue following us on our social media pages, U.S. Embassy Ghana, on Facebook and on Twitter, as well as on YouTube, to be updated and abreast of our subsequent programs. Next week, we'll come your way with an interesting session on digital literacy series, where we'll be looking at digital inclusion and media literacy. And so this program was an amazing one brought to you by the U.S. Embassy Ghana. Thank you for joining us. Continue to ensure all protocols and do get your vaccine if you are yet to do so.